I get sick when I listen to Glenn Beck sometimes. I like to kick him in the head, you know? Just kick him in the friggin' head. He's never had a beatdown, Glenn Beck. Never had a beatdown. You know what a beatdown is? When you get a vicious beating from someone. I've had a few in my life. 2, 3 people beating the shit out of me. I've had quite a few in my life. Never forgot all of them. I went after all of them when I grew up. Beat the shit out of them. They're all dead now. Drugs, auto accidents. They got this. They were assholes. They were born assholes. Assholes always, sometimes they never get it though. They never get it. I hate assholes. I really hate assholes. And America is filled with assholes. Now, Glenn Beck, he puts, now he's on the Rush network now. Still, he's limited what he can say. He hooplas over everything, like basically the same shit, but with a little more freedom. You still don't get it, the guy. The guy don't get it. That's because he's got a place to go if it all goes to shit. He's got millions. So don't you think he has a place in the country? Huh? Don't you think he has a way out? Probably made, a deal with a helicopter pilot, set it up with a pilot and everything like that. Say if anything happens, fly in, we'll fly all our families out to his place that he has. See, China got a lot of people to feed. Okay, what China did wrong is what we did wrong. Okay, what they did was they brought in all their people. They used to farm their own food. Now they have a whole new generation of people that don't know how to farm their own food. In China, if you didn't farm your own food, you starved to death. Or they had villages where they all worked together. We used to have that in the 1800s. Now, picture an American person gutting an animal, even killing an animal. Give them about 2 weeks of starvation, they won't have a problem gutting that bastard, killing that animal. Food is key. Food and fuel is key. Without the oil, nothing moves. I did a video, but I erased it because I think I could do better on it, I hit on a spot. This is going to be a very important video, people. Somebody getting off that. I hate to, because then I lose my train of thought. All right. Thanks, Bill. Thank you, Bill. Thanks, Enda. If you can donate, please do, people. I'm starting to feel it. Yeah, Jesus help all my needs, but I need your help too. I need to get a place out of here. It's gonna be far away, and I don't have, it's the gas, man, that I have to think about. I got all my doctors, I got all my family in the city. I gotta move out of the city because all the illegals got it. I just went to go get a form. So it's called an assignment of title, so I could transfer a car, sell a car. It's not my car, it's somebody else's. I'm doing a favor for them. And the people that own the place are illegals, all right? They're all illegals. They're all here illegally. They own the businesses. All the mechanic shops, used car places, they own them. 3 places I went to. 3 places, all illegals. 3 places, all of them said to me, we don't have any. Of course they have them. But you see what I mean? I'm an American, need not apply. That's what you're gonna get. I'm so friggin' used to it that I brush it off, which I shouldn't brush it off that easy. Whatever happened to be a neighborly American. If I could find an American place to go into and ask for assignment of title, I would, but there are none in Massachusetts. You'll have your cars worked on by them, you charge one. A little simple job that I saw on my brother-in-law's truck. Okay, batteries. The guy ended up saying it was this, that, because the guy knew He had nice cars, nice trucks. My brother-in-law ended up whacking him for $2,000. You know, and I looked at him. I didn't say anything because I felt bad. I said, this guy stuck it right up your ass, Bill. But that's what they do. They think all Americans are rich. It pisses me off. Let me get back to what I'm talking about. See the big trucks? Everywhere you go now, people, all you see is tractor trailers. They're friggin' packed the highways now. Tractor trailers everywhere you go. Now, you know why? Nothing is made here anymore. In every town, there'd be, remember a car dealership? You can go to your local car dealer, General Motors, and buy an automobile. Now they're only in certain areas. Like one city will only have like 2. And then you gotta go another 100 miles, another 50 miles to find another dealership. Unless it's a major city, then there'll be a few. But they're all gone. Nothing is made here anymore, so everything has to be tracked in. We used to have trains that used to pull up. Where I grew up, there was they used to make, it was a gumball factory. And then they turned it into a mattress making factory. Well, they're all gone. Okay, and the trains used to pull up and load. Now everything's transferred by diesel truck, diesel fuel. Not electric friggin' trucks, diesel trucks. Okay? Diesel trucks. So if anything happens to that fuel, it's over right there. I'm saying to myself, look at this, people. I end up freaking erasing. Yes. Look at this. I mean, everywhere I go, watch. See, I notice anomalies. This is an anomaly to me. But watch when I get on to 128, okay? I'm gonna turn this around. I'm trying to make a point here. You people don't see any of this shit. Now that's a freight truck, right? Where's it out of? Where's it out of? Indiana, Nevada? It's Indiana, all right? That's Indiana. You drive down the highway, watch when we go on this highway. I guarantee you there'll be a bunch of trucks. Look at the other side of the highway, so. Trucks. I was noticing this yesterday. Look at this. Everywhere you go, there's another tractor trailer. Everything is trucked in. Let's just drive down this highway a little bit. Look at the other side. Look at this. Trucks. When did you ever see this, people? I've never seen this many trucks. Everything is trucked in. I made my point. Look behind me. All tractor trailers behind me. And back then you'll see tractor trailers. And more tractor trailers and trucks. Everything is trucked in. Now there's no more friggin', I remember the shoe factories. I remember friggin' we had factories, we built everything here. There was no problem getting a job if you were inexperienced. You know how to make tools, you know how to work leather, there was no problem having jobs like that. Now, everything is trucked in. Everything is trucked in. Now, you take out the friggin' highways. No food. There's no railway. There's only so much. A railway can only go to certain major cities now. All right, where they keep it's more public transit than anything else. You understand? You take out the highways. That's it. It's over for the United States right there. Russia comes in. Now, Obama's got all these illegals, and somebody emailed me something about the illegals, and he's right. I've been hoopla-ing. They're waiting for orders, which I've been saying. You've got Islam coming in. They're all waiting for orders to hit our major highways, our water supplies. All right? And it's all going to happen at once. Every city's going to go down. Boom, boom, boom. Friggin' congestion. It's going to be gridlock. You're going to see people dying. If there's a gridlock on the highway, how many ambulances you think that small town has on that part of the highway? See, on that part of the highway, it's the adjacent towns that take care of that part of the highway. They're called in. All right? If it's a major accident, then they'll call them in from surrounding areas. Now, it gets gridlocked like the blizzard of '78. People had to be friggin' rescued. Some by helicopter to get them off the highways. Old people in the cars, little babies in the cars. You'll see them dying left and right because they won't be able to get to them. What do you think is going to happen? Put it around in your head. You got an imagination anymore? Does any of you Americans have any more of imagination? See, you don't think of that. See, your mind is, oh, I'm doing good. I got friggin' 400,000 in the bank account. Some people are friggin', just working from job to job. Most Americans are. The illegals, right, he let in their brothers, their mothers, their sisters. You know what made me laugh? Somebody put the advertisement on my video. Somebody is doing something, showing what the illegals will do, what they're doing to this country, what's going to happen to this country. In other words, our kids ain't going to see any more education. All the money that was put aside for our kids is going to go to now the illegals, minority preference. We ain't going to see anything for our kids anymore. Not even a friggin' heart transplant, literally. You think I'm trying to tell you the coming disaster that's coming. I'm not ready. I ain't going to have the money to get ready with. So I'm in the same boat you people are in. My kids look at me. Now, I had a dream the other day, right? And it was fast. And it was a guy in a military blue uniform. And he was in a jumpsuit. And the guy was yelling, they're not our guys, they're not our guys, they're UN, they're not our guys. So we're going to be deceived. We're going to see soldiers in our uniforms, and we're going to think it's our guys, and it ain't going to be our guys. So they'll shoot upon you like nothing. Spoiled rotten Americans, see where they come from? They don't live like we do. New cars, you know what I mean? You go in Europe, right? The only people that drive nice cars are people with money over there, or they had money. They live in little friggin' small apartments. Trying to run all this shit in my head. He's trying to cripple the country. Obama, you people don't get it. If you don't get this guy out immediately, before the election, it's going to be pandemonium. He's too powerful now. It would take all the truckers in this country to join together and friggin' say, you don't get out, we'll block every friggin' highway out there. All right, you don't get out, Obama. Or go in front of the White House honking your friggin' horns, but that ain't gonna happen. Never does. You're all wrapped up in making your money, your things. That's what you're more concerned about. You're not concerned about your freedom or what's gonna happen. Guy writes to me, right? Just to break my Aggies, all right? His parents brought him over here when he was young. So I'm talking to the kid, on the comment. I go, you come over here when you were 4 or 5 years old. I go like this, you're just as American as the next one. You have no problem getting on anything. You got a number and everything when you went to school. You got signed up and everything like that. And I go like this, you got no problem. It's your parents that got the problem getting anything, but they're getting it anyways. He goes, yeah. He goes, but now that they passed the amnesty, right, they just paid for plane tickets for 32 members of his family to come, and it's all legal. 32, he goes, 32, he goes, I got a big family. He goes, that's just 1/10 of it. He goes, the rest will follow. Overrun. Obama knows this. States, right, the governors and all them, where they going to get the money? They're going to go up on the taxes, right, and get it any way they can. Services are going to be lost, and that's when you're going to start seeing it all go to shit. Because what happens is people will just start losing what little they had in the bank will be gone, all right, and then they'll be losing their houses, and then there'll be another land grab out there. Obama's grabbing land, saying there's frogs. The frogs ain't even on the land. The frogs ain't even on the land. And they confiscated to save a frog for humans. Humans need not have... This guy does anything, man, and everything. I saw an executive order that kill a friggin' American friggin' border guard. Lowright killed them, give guns to the cartel. 2,500 guns. What are you, out of your friggin' mind? I mean, to let somebody do that. That was all to get rid of that's all to get rid of the gun laws around here. That was all a setup. That was all a scam. They fixed one of the bridges last night. It's just gonna get so bad. It's happening now. The gas is going down, yeah. That's to keep it going. They don't want it to crash just yet because they have plans. They're getting all their people in place. You gotta understand, the New World Order, right? When they shut it all down, their lives are gonna change drastically. Because now, they're gonna either go up to their underground bunkers, or they're gonna go to their places in the woods where you can't even get there unless you're flown in by helicopter. So their lives are gonna change drastically. And some of them ain't ready for that. They like going out in their yards and meeting everybody and having fun. You know what I mean? It's all gonna stop for them. They know that. It's gonna be pandemonium. They won't be able to go anywhere. So they're holding it up. But you see, it's like a heroin addict. Eventually you OD, and that's what's gonna happen to this deficit. It's gonna OD. It just ain't gonna be taken serious anymore. They just downgraded our friggin' 7 major banks. They downgraded them. The American dollar is finished. Because the deficit now, the interest will be higher. The compound interest, forget it. It's runaway now. It's insane now. Even if all the people got their money and gave it to the government, got rid of the deficit, right? There's too much money printed. There's too much money out there. You understand, people? All the balances are thrown off. China, say we pay off China. China could come in here and buy every single friggin' bank up, right? Every friggin' piece of land that's worth anything up. Every company that's worth anything up. And then it's over for us. What do you think they're doing? With our own money. Well, no, the Fed's money, which has nothing to do with the United States. We're looking, somebody had sent me a few silver coins. We're looking at it. Me and my son. My son looked, wow, there's history behind this. And I went like this, Joey. I go, that's when we had money. That was real money. That's real money. I go, now you see the difference, this money and that money? You see what I mean? Thanks, Bill. I says, this is money. This is real money. That ain't. Money at one time. That money was worth something. I remember when silver was just going out. I was a little boy. I used to deliver the Liberty dimes. I mean, when I was a little boy, to see a quarter was a big deal for me. Dimes. I could buy stuff with nickels and dimes. See the pennies when they get wet and they're out in the weather? Even the copper, it patinas real quick. It starts rotting, actually. It ain't even freaking money. You ever drop out money now? Don't even sound like money anymore. Tin. They're putting tin in the pennies, tin in the dimes, tin in the quarters. Tin. Our money's tin. We're passing tin around. Freaking tin. That's an outright insult right there. Because if they were to make it out of somewhat decent metal, like if they were to make the pennies out of pure copper, and people will get all the pennies together and freaking cash them and melt them down. It'd be worth more in bars. It disgusts me how you people allowed this. And then, you know what everybody's gonna say? Well, what could I have done? Did you know somebody that knew somebody? You knew this person that knows that person? And then I listened to the pastors on Trinity Broadcasting. And I'm looking down below, looking for, was this a rerun of something 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago? You know? They don't talk about nothing. They talk about normal life that we're living in, that nothing around them is going to touch them. They are so misled. They all think that they're all going to skate. They're going to be caught in the middle of it, man, and they're going to be saying, Jesus, I prayed, I did everything right. I did everything right. Why are you doing this to me? And then Jesus is going to say to them, I'm going to say it for Jesus. See how my mind works? It just goes off. I just lose it right there. One blink. That's when I died. The neurons ain't connected now. I did everything for you. And Jesus is going to say, didn't you see them tearing my name down all around you? Didn't you see you were losing? The Christian faith in this country was being lost by the Muslim faith to the friggin' to the sodomites, to the friggin' to the atheists, the NCAW, whatever those assholes are, those big friggin' assholes that they are. Didn't you see ripping my name down? 10 Commandments, taking them out. Bible ain't no more the top #1 book in the United States. It's just something. The Constitution, ripping the Constitution, everything I built under my name, and then you people sat there. They did nothing. Didn't fight for me. Didn't defend me. I'm so glad somebody putting up commercials against this, letting these illegals in. And somebody's paying that kind of money to put it on YouTube. I can't thank those people enough. And they used my station to put it on. Thank you, man. That is real cool. I watched the advertisement 5 times and got aggravated 5 times. It made me do this video. I'm so pissed. Don't you understand? Well, from kids friggin' from 6 years old, doesn't matter how long, to 30 years old, what are you gonna tell their families that they're gonna send them back? No, they're gonna be there for their kids. So that automatically okays all their kids. That's amnesty for all. Every country. They're gonna come, and they're coming. Oh, they're coming. One kid called me. One kid wrote to me. One kid, 32 members of his family. He says they picked all the members of the cousins, the aunts, the uncles, and brothers that are here. Just sent them all plane tickets to get on a plane. Take nothing. Just come here. Take nothing. One bag or fuel to salt. Everything that they have, whatever they have, there, and just come. Huh? Just like that. I mean, you know, I don't know if the kid was jacking me, but not the way he was talking. He wasn't jacking me. 32 members of this family. 32 members of his family. They're all hurting down there. They're all hurting. This is Mexico, south of Mexico. Peru, I think they're from. He goes, they're all hurting. They're getting hit with heat waves, drought, friggin' bugs, and they're having all kinds of problems like that. So they're flying them all out to here because they got to end this thing. As soon as they get here, they'll go right down the welfare office. That's what the guy said he's going to take them. Right down the welfare office to get on welfare. You know, what's going to, you know, I would do that for my family. You know what I mean? Can you blame these people? No, you can't blame these people for doing that, for helping their families out. That's what you're supposed to do. Help your families out. A lot of these people are good Christian families too. Jesus-loving people. Me, I don't care how many Christians. If they're Jesus-loving people, they're welcome. They're welcome. I don't care how many there are. They're welcome because I know Christian people. They'll get down, they'll work, they'll help a society out. They'll build churches. They'll do all the right friggin' things. You want to know something? I meet a lot of these people. They don't want nothing to do with Americans. Nothing. And I can't blame them. And I talk to them. They go, Americans are assholes. That's what they tell me. They go, but you're okay. We like you, Joe. You know, but I'm still a foreigner to them. In my own country. I'm a foreigner in my own country. That's what really disturbs me. I have to drive how many miles every friggin' day to work because there are no jobs in the city. There's nothing. And they won't move out, but give them time. They'll move out into the outskirts and take over them too. You gotta understand, everything leads to something. It's all gonna fall apart. Now they just downgraded 7 banks. Do you have any idea what that means? That means hyperinflation, superinflation. It's all going down, people. It's going down, man. And I've got a tractor trailer in front of me, so I didn't miss my exit. I mentioned tractor trailer, now I don't see a one. I was watching cars. I was watching cop pull over illegals, and they let them pull in the parking lot. And nobody was arrested, so they brought in the state police. The local town brought in the state police. They had no license, I know that. What are they going to do with them? The jail cells are getting filled up with them. There's only so many people you can put in friggin' jail. You know? And they're going to come, and they're going to come, and they're going to come. And when there's no, when you're going to get all the bad people. See, you throw a balance off, like every city and town has crooks, gangs. And what's going to happen is their gangs are going to come in and they're going to want to take over the other people's gangs, what's happening in LA. That's why there's so many kids dying over there. There's constant shootouts now. They're drug lords trying to take over the gangs over in Mexico, are trying to take over the gangs in LA for drug turf, and it's all moving up. It's migrating to all the major cities. These people are going to go out. They ain't going to be afraid of the cops. Like in Mexico, they're not afraid of the cops because they killed them. And you're going to get this here. And then cops are going to start saying, like what happened when Dade County, when I went down to Dade County in 1983, all right, the cops were dying. There was a cop killed every month there. All right, because of all the friggin' Cuban gangs that friggin' came over in that boat lift in '79. You know, so nobody wanted to be a cop there. That's what's gonna happen here. So they had a friggin' axe around the country to get people to be a cop there. The people didn't even want to be a cop there. And that's what's gonna happen. Cops are gonna say, man, I'm out of here. I'm in constant gun battles every night. You think they like that? They'll get bored of it real quick. It's fun at first, believe me, gun battles. The adrenaline, the high, it's fun unless the guy's a hardened combat vet that likes it. Most combat vets, hardened combat vets go back, re-up till they get killed eventually. Eventually they get killed, blown up or something like that. You always hear it, don't you always hear it? Guy's on his third tour, gets killed on his third tour. Yeah, and if there was a fourth tour, he would have done a fourth tour. See, they think they're bulletproof after a while. I knew a guy in battle, he used to stand up. Friggin' stand up, right? And he used to draw fire from the enemy so his guys could take him out. He used to draw fire. You know, he said, I'd be a target. He used to draw a target. He'll start moving, and then they start shooting at him, and then our guys see where the shooters come. They get the M30, M60 machine gun, they unload in the area. Or they get 2, 3 M16s and they unload in the area. That's how you take out a hot spot. You know? You know, the sound of certain weapons, you know what I mean, brings certain fire upon you in battle. See, this is the stuff none of you people hear. You're so friggin', the news media has you so brainwashed, and our TV has you in a hypnotic. This Gender 21, I started reading about it. You know, Gender 21 is basically all that's happening, is that Gender 21 is here. You don't got much time, people, and I don't think you got any time, because when the illegals come in, they own all the major cities now. They own all the friggin' businesses. In 1989, I went to California. All the, not saying Indian people are bad. I get along great with them. They're very friendly people, but they don't put Americans in their jobs. If they buy up all the stores, they put their people, their family members in. If they're not assimilated into the American culture. Where these people come in and assimilate into the American ways. This is all going. It's almost gone in all the cities. You will not get a friggin' job once they start to become governors or they become reps. You will not see a friggin' job. You were born in America? You better go somewhere else, pal. You went to Harvard? We don't want you, man. You're too smart. You might take us over. You see what I mean? It's gonna go on and on and on. Your kids will never see a friggin' job. And they buy up everything. They pull their money together. Americans don't do that. They're too busy trying to screw each other. This is, you know, no matter which way I look at it, which avenue I look at it, it's a fucking no-win scenario, because American people have become assholes. They become comfortable. They become fat. They like their cars and their new thing and this, and look at your money now. Its money was here. Last month it was up here. With the banks being discredited now, it's down here now. They won't take another hit. Now everybody's shaking. They don't know where to put their money in Europe, so they're putting them over in treasuries here. Because there's nowhere else to put it. What are they gonna put it in a Chinese bank? What are they gonna put it in a Russian bank? They're not gonna put it, they're probably dumping it in the pound too. They have to dump it somewhere where the money is still good. So they're dumping it in the US. Now they just downgraded 7 freaking banks. So that means all that money they just dumped from Europe into here, they just took a big hit. Everybody just took a big hit on your bank account. But nobody sees any of this shit. Get rid of that fucking Fed. And print our own friggin' money again. But that ain't gonna happen. I can hoopla all I want. This is what drives me freaking crazy. Because I ain't being in a situation I can't do nothing about. That's why I have to take my, you see, right now I'm getting very upset. I get very upset when I see the country, you have no idea the chaos it's gonna cause. You people have no idea. Oh, you don't know what's coming. Shouldn't be. I asked Jesus, hey, you gotta help me here. Please bring peace into my heart and my soul. You know, I know these things they're gonna happen because of Satan's behind it all. You know, I love when Glenn Beck talks, left wing, right wing, anti-Semites. I mean, that's all to confuse the layman. the working people that keep this friggin' country going. It's to keep you slaving. It's to keep you confused. You can't follow it. You try to follow it, and what happens? You get confused. That's the idea of it. It's like a doctor when he has to learn the language, okay, the medical language. Most of it's in Latin, or it's 3 words all together. They're using it all the time, talking it all the time. It becomes second nature. So now they have a language that the average layman don't understand. That's deliberate. It's the same with anti-Semite, left wing, all this bullshit that they make titles on. Like the friggin' Patriot Act. That's a perfect example. Like it's all patriot for the patriots. When it's taking the Constitution directly away, making it null and void, that law alone. But they wanted to make sure they killed that Patriot Act. Obama wanted to make sure, with executive order after executive order, and 2 more other bills to destroy that, to make it just a document that was written 200 years ago. If you look at the documents on Jesus teaching, man to be a man, to work freely, be able to say what he wants, do basically what he wants, as long as you're not hurting nobody, helping people out. You look at the churches today, they're getting rid of all the Catholic churches. You know what the Catholic churches basically do? They help people. People in need. That's what they do. Get rid of those things. We don't need any of that. And they teach the name of Jesus. That's the worst thing. Maybe we deserve everything we're gonna get, people. Everything we're gonna get, we're gonna deserve it. I'm so friggin' aggravated when I hear that Fed just friggin' keep adding zeros instead of friggin' stopping the whole friggin' thing cold. You see, and then they throw it at you like this. Well, that's to keep our way of life going. So in other words, if you get rid of the Fed, everything goes to shit. Huh? No, I think everything will go back to normal again. But it's over now with the friggin' illegals. He should be arrested right now. Obama should be arrested. You FBI agents, guys, you know what he's done. He's lied to the people over and over and over again. He's brought direct treason against that Constitution. He's not an American citizen. His father's a friggin' British national. I don't imagine. He grew up in Kenya. He came here like all the other illegals do, to go to friggin' school for zero. He doesn't give 2 shits about me, my kids, and all the American kids out there. He don't give 2 shits. He's just gonna bring this warmongering, his words, warmongering country to a friggin' to an end. And that's exactly what he's doing. Canada right along with us. We go, Canada goes. All the free countries of the world go. Ain't free now anymore. But you people all like this stuff. See why I lose my voice? I get so friggin' pissed off. The wrong guys are in office. We vote the wrong people. And it's all that's out there. You're telling me there ain't a good guy out there? The big corporations, what they do is they back a guy and they friggin' flood the airways with his friggin' face. That he's the best thing than friggin' chocolate. And everybody sucks it down. Well, he sounds like he's good. They promise us a million friggin' things, and all they do is lie to us. And they don't give us nothing. They're friggin' lying, snaking, friggin' lovers of themselves. When the shit hits the fan, they'll be dragged out and shot. Because a lot of people are gonna friggin' die. And they're gonna know who killed their friggin' kids, their family members. And they're coming for you. Payback's a motherfucker. Excuse my French, people, really. Excuse my French. It's way into the video anyways when I said it. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to get as much money as I can. I don't get a lot of money for that advertisement. There's not a lot of money. They send you like $50 every 3 months. I don't have enough views. Enough people have to click it, and there's not enough people. If there were 40, 50,000 a video, then I'd make money on it. It's not that. I watched them too on YouTube. Why is my count gone up? I hit it one time, 9 friggin' times. Next day, it's like friggin' six views. You know what I mean? Even they're being friggin', the only thing I could think of, they're being friggin', what do you call it? You know the word. They're already friggin' starting. The government's already on top of them. I'm telling you, I'm so friggin' tired of all this shit. I just asked Jesus, hey, you know, can you get me out of here? You know, please. Can you just get me out of this mess? I'm tired of this mess. You gotta understand, my mind works different than a lot of people's minds. You know, it works a whole lot different. And I see it's like a video camera. My brain is like a camera. And it's like a movie going off. And I can see every scenario happening. You know, I can see it all happening. And that's what scares me. If the fuel stops coming here, that means all the trucks are gonna stop. That means no fuel to any of the local towns, cities and towns. Okay, if that stops. Then he'll tap the strategic command, which I don't think Obama would do. Okay, the fire out in California, they're getting hit with locusts their farmer, he's talking to the reporters, and they even ate the hot peppers. You know, that's a friggin' modified friggin' locust, man. That's modified, or it's African, man. And they're gonna not stop. They're gonna sweep the Midwest too. And we feed a good part of this world. That's one scenario, just one scenario. Obama's giving away all the land to other countries. Who knows what he's giving China? All we know of is 300 square miles of the most best property in the world, not just this country, in the world. He gave it to them. And they're making a city here. Don't you think they're gonna bring tanks in, weapons in, crackerjack soldiers? They're robots. You ever see them? They all look the same. They're not even human. They're all friggin' brainwashed kids behind a friggin' machine gun. An AK-47. Do you know what a friggin' 100 of them can do? They'll open fire on anybody, anything that moves, and it won't bother them. They're not brought up with a conscience. There's a God, you're gonna suffer this, you're gonna suffer that. They don't see it. You people don't think of any of this shit. It doesn't went through your friggin' head. But weaker and weaker, we get them. We're gonna be friggin', we're gonna be like a ripe grape, ready to pick. And Russia sees us sitting back. We're doing ourselves. We are our own worst enemies. We are our own worst enemies. But nobody sees any of this shit. No, nothing phases anybody. I mean, you know, wonder why I do the video so long, because so many things are starting to happen. One right out before was like a 15-minute video, and I thought that was long. Now, when I see the reports and the videos I get, I say, holy shit. I go, this is happening, that's happening, this happening, that's happening. It's gonna go. You give it 2 or 3 months when the states start crying to the federal government. They're already freaking broke. They're all in deficits. Check it out. See if I'm a liar. They're all in deficits. Where is the money coming for all these illegals? And your kids ain't gonna see nothing. How long is your kids gonna sit in the house playing video games when the only job that they can go to is the friggin' military? And don't you worry about that. When there's enough young kids in that service, Obama will start something like he's doing in Syria. He's been causing wars everywhere. He's the friggin' direct cause. He'll kill all our kids. And our kids are the only thing we got. Our young kids are our only strength. Our only thing that can help us is our young kids. Not old farts like me. I can only buy them time. That's all I can do is buy them some time. How do you FBI agents sit and do your job? How do you put that friggin' badge on when you know what's going on, when you should arrest that son of a bitch for friggin' treason directly against the Constitution, and you sit there and do nothing? Look at our justice system, stonewalling Congress, huh? Now they're gonna come out with an executive order. Whoa, you'll use that, yeah. Now you don't go to jail or nothing. Nothing said more about it. It becomes secret. Friggin' son of bitches. Friggin' mother and father on TV today. No justice for their kid. The guy that blew the whistle, they canned his ass. Oh yeah, they canned his ass. Why, it's okay to kill American kids? American police officers, it's okay? Our police, our border guards, our FBI, they're there to protect us. And Obama is friggin' destroying us, and you guys put on that badge every friggin' day, and you let it happen. You used to stand for something at one time. Everybody wanted to be an FBI agent. I wouldn't dare want to be a friggin' FBI agent. My conscience would friggin' drive me insane. I know where I'm going. If I was an FBI agent, the keepers of men, they'll suffer the worst fate. The politicians, the police, the keepers of men. A lot of that stuff in the Bible is dead on. And when you die, you're gonna pay, because they're gonna show you, like I saw. Everything, when you didn't do one thing, what it affected, all that it affected, will be put all in front of you. And you will pay. You're not gonna go in a nice place. Life, remember when you people, you could think back and knew when you were 11, 12 years old? It was like that. And now you're 50 and 60. It was like a minute. Think about it. Time. Huh? We're going, Christians and the loving, Jesus-loving people like me are gonna go to a place where time has no meaning. No bad, nothing. Peace, total peace, healthy bodies that live forever, indestructible bodies, no more suffering. All your family members that you loved went before us. All be there waiting for you. Some kid writes to me, do you know an Angelina? This lady Angelina, oh Angelina Halton. When I was a little boy, all she ever, oh my Jesus. She had something wrong in her head from what men did to her. You know, soldiers that come back really abused her bad. You know, alcoholism. And she went through hell, this woman. Her whole life suffered, constant suffering. Like a life like I went through. And I say, always bad things are happening to you, Angie. You should go, I still believe in my Jesus. He always gives me what I need. He always helps me. She believed that. And I used to look, I used to say to Angie, I go, I don't know if I could deal with half the stuff you've been going through. I really don't know, and still have that same love. You know, she loved Jesus, and she used to always be, was nice to me. She was a member of the family, not by blood, but a member of the family. You know, and, you know, she died. I didn't go to her funeral. I didn't go to my mother's funeral because I took it so bad. I don't want to see any of that. I don't believe that. They went to another place. That's what I believe. That's just a friggin' body. It don't mean nothing. You get that body, throw it in a meat grinder for all I give a shit. It don't mean anything. The soul detached from that no good body that friggin' rots. You only have like 20 years that where the body is good, and then it starts decaying, falling apart. That's all by design, people. And then he mentioned Angelina. Do you know she's deceased? I go, oh my God. I gave the kid my number. I want him to call me back, he or she, I don't know. You know, it's weird how we come out with that name, Angelina. See, her name, we used to call her Angie. All right, but I used to call her Angelina. I used to, always Angelina. It was a joke, I used to use her full name because I used to like that. Angelina! He writes back to me, Angelina. Oh my God. I forgot all about her. I didn't pray for her. Now I'm praying for her. See, they need our prayers. The ones that are gone, they need our prayers. People, that means everything. They need our prayers. People, get right with Jesus. He's the only answer. He's the only thing that's going to give us peace. He's the only thing that's going to give us peace. With all this shit going on, he's the only thing that's going to give us peace. You got to understand, people. Jesus gave me a job I don't want. I don't want this job. He's telling you people to get ready for what's to come. He doesn't want to see us left with no food. Some of you's got no food. All right, so hook up with people that do have food, that will take care of you. You know what I mean? Get somebody that you know. Listen, if it all goes to hell, can I come with you? Ask these. They're supposed to be Jesus-loving people, and only those people there will help you. Anybody I know, you know what I mean? If I will take whoever I can take. I'll take as many as I can take. And because we're all going to be waiting for him. He's going to take us away from all of this. He's going to spare us. All right? And some of you ain't even going to see death, some of you people are not going to even see death. Some of us will, though. It's a great thing he's given us, a great gift. I don't know why he gave it to me. Why me? I swear, I cuss. I'm rough around the edges, I do have class, people. You know what I mean? I do have class. I'm not a guy, well, you know the guy. And my videos speak for themselves. I don't know why he gave it to me. Me, of all people, me. I've been through a lot in my life. Most kids that have been through what I've been through would be insane. Insane. Or dead. I should have died many times over. Many times over. And I used to say, why did you spare me? Why? Why did you spare me? Why? What is the reason why you spared my life? When I was hooked on the drugs, I tried so hard to die. I used to go to sleep with a .38 cocked and loaded at my head. And I used to say, hopefully I'll pull the trigger and I'll end my life, It won't be because it won't be because I wanted to shoot myself in the head. It's that more of an accident than anything. This is how my mind was thinking. I did that every night. I just was so sad. I was in a place nobody wants to go to. Just didn't want to live anymore. I wanted to die. I wanted to die. I didn't want to live. I guess you got to be at those points, people, in your life. You don't know what real sadness is, people. And I'm trying to friggin' stop it. I'm trying to help you so either get you ready for it, or when it comes, you can protect your little ones. I do this for the kids. Kids, we gotta protect our kids. If it's the last act that we do on this earth, it'll be protecting our kids, their lives, not our lives. Our lives don't mean anything. It's our kids' lives that we have to protect. And then we protect each other. First, our kids, our babies, utmost, paramount. And by letting all these politicians do what they want, Obama do what they want, it's your kids that are going to suffer the final battle. Not us. You're going to watch them die in front of you, whether it be starvation, because you don't think that can happen in this country. Well, millions of friggin' locusts are just swarmed down in California. Where the frig did they come from? I never heard of millions and millions of locusts in America going down on the food chain. If they're there, there's nothing killing them. They eat everything, the trees, the foliage, like the gypsy moths did. They were eating pine needles, which was impossible. They said they were too hard. But yet the gypsy moths, where they ate themselves out of food is what they did. Nature came back with a stronger pine needle that they couldn't eat. That's what killed them off, I think, if I remember right in my mind. Nature fought back. But on our food, the food is basically the same thing. It won't genetically, most of the food that we're eating is all genetic, genetically made. You know what I mean? Nature won't be able to friggin' compensate for anything like that. There's gonna be no food. That's how it's gonna start. The food, the pestilences, the ocean's being polluted. Friggin' kids showing me a video of the snow. I seen the friggin' Geiger counter go past 100. I said, oh my God, and the snow was falling. This is in friggin' Indiana! Michigan! From Fukushima, people forgot about that. The friggin' thing's trying to melt it down. You got the ocean running right through, and that water's circulating around the world. You got dead zones in the ocean, but none of that shit is bothering you. Everything is okay. I'm watching Revelations unfold. Maybe a little different. Everybody's waiting for that war. Don't you think friggin' devil knows the Bible? Maybe he wrote the friggin' parts of that. Yes, our God is cunning. But what does your heart say? Think with your heart, not what the scripture says. Yes, scripture is great, it's finite. Yes, it's finite to a point. But maybe just one thing was tweaked in that Bible, one thing, and changed everything else. What do you think, God's going to go back in time and say, my people will know? My people will know. What I've been trying to tell you, think with your heart. Your heart will know. You'll know if the guy is Jesus or not. Your heart will dictate it. You can't fake your heart, your compassion, your love. You can't fake that stuff. It'll know. Unless you're a phony. You're a phony. That's what I've been trying to tell you people when I started about the donations. I was just wanted people to think with their hearts. It wasn't so much the money. I could use a few donations right about now. Only 2 people. The last 5 videos I did, only 2 people donated. Thank God for those 2 people. A few people here. It helps. It helps me with my gas. It helps me. I got all this stuff on my shoulders. I live with all this stuff on my shoulders on a daily basis, people. How many of you can live what I'm living with right now? Why did Jesus put it all on my shoulders? Because he knew I could handle it. Because I would look at it, well, you know, when I spoke with him, I'm just a regular guy. And I think of Jesus as a regular guy. Because he is. He came as a regular guy. He did that for a reason. I think they should have just wiped out the world again. What would it be? The fifth time it was wiped out? And then just... You know what I mean? Shouldn't even start with us. Forget about it. We ever existed. Because of what we do. What we are. You know, I've done a lot of bad things in my days. A lot of twisted things. You know, I'm not proud of. We all did. We all have these things. But we all know what we're really capable of. We all know we're capable of being a real bad person. And we all know when we do something wrong, it's that little, our heart tugs on us, Joe, that was wrong. You just hurt that person, Joe. You know? Joe, you could have been nicer to that person. Your heart will tug on you when you know your conscience, your heart. These things were born into us. And you take these people in China, they don't have any of that loving, caring, and any of that stuff. Maybe they might have a little bit from their parents, but they're automatically at a young age brought into the military and made into a robot. You ever see the march? No, one friggin' hand goes off. They're all perfect marches. Because if they go off just a little bit, they'll probably be friggin' shot. You know what I mean? They're superior than our soldiers. Well, you know what won World War II? Our hearts. Guys jumping on hand grenades so 5 of his buddies wouldn't die. Guys like Audie Murphy jumping on a friggin' burning tank and shooting friggin' a whole regiment of friggin' Germans down so his guys didn't get it because they were pinned down. We all fought with our hearts. We're indestructible when we fight with our hearts. We're indestructible. You know what people say? Who was that guy? Who was that guy? There were a lot of heroes back then. There are none here. They all cry. I'm gonna die. Obama, save me. I'm gonna lose my Ferrari. You think people just gonna jump in a uniform and die? In World War II, right? The guys, blind guys were re-upping. Blind guy said, I don't care where you put me somewhere. Just show me where to shoot and I'll shoot. That's the type of people we had back then. Now all the illegals coming in, they don't think like us. You know what I mean? They don't know what it is. They know what it is to struggle, yes. You know, but they don't know what America was born on. Obama wants to change all that, make us all one big happy new world order. Like everything is the friggin' same. No more individuality. These people are all coming from friggin' either war-torn countries, dictatorship, religious dictatorships. They do what they're told. They expect the government to take care of them. So they're gonna listen to everything the government has to say. If the government tells them to kill Americans, they will kill Americans. They will put guns in their hands. Go kill as many Americans as you want. That's what they will tell them. The more you kill, the better off you are. Take everything that you want, everything that they have. You don't think none of this stuff is coming out, people? Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna save you? If anything happens on any of our military bases right here in America, there's no access to guns. They're in vaults. And only the main commander can open up that vault and give all those guns to American soldiers. So if they get attacked in any way, like the guy that had 2 pistols, or like only a friggin' captain or a high-ranking individual could carry a friggin' 9mm. He did that, killed 37 friggin' people. Pregnant woman at that. All right, 37 people before somebody finally, it was a police officer that came onto the base that had a friggin' gun and shot him. Because none of the soldiers there had guns. They had to call the cops, people. When that guy, Muslim guy, was shooting down American soldiers, men and women, they had to call the friggin' police on a military base. That's all by design. You don't need any of this shit. You don't put any of this in your head. Our guys wouldn't have a friggin' prayer. They're giving friggin' guns with no clips. Like they're doing in Afghanistan. My mind, I go one scenario to another scenario to another scenario. Things that I've had in my mind for that this can happen, that can happen, this is gonna happen, that's going to happen. It's all gonna happen. It's just what's gonna come first. It might happen all at once. But none of this shit, you think you're all indestructible. You think you're gonna go in the woods and it ain't gonna bother you. I have predators come out, heat, they pick up on heat. Okay, there's about 50 people here. That's it. Boom. Clean them out. They bring the predators from a satellite, heat-sinking satellites. They send a beam, a laser down. All right, and then it shoots up the heat waves back up to the satellite. Okay, there's 9 people here. It gives images. Zoom in through brick buildings, everything. They could clean us all up. Trying to come in and say, well, we need food for our people. Just come in and take everything. Desperate people do crazy things. Russia, sitting quiet. Sitting quiet because they know what's going on. My videos speak for themselves. They know they're gonna let them kill each other, and then we'll go in and we'll mop it all up and just take everything. They'll have all the oil they want, all the minerals they want. America is rich in minerals because no one could get a friggin' chance to mine any of them. They throw people off their own lands because they're trying to save a friggin' fly. All right, so the Americans can't farm the land because they're gonna save a frog. All this bullshit that they go through. So when Russia comes in or China comes in, they just swoop right up to Canada. Canada is oil-rich, lumber, minerals. They won't have to go nowhere. They use our backyard as a, you know what I mean, to take care of their backyard. You FBI agents don't see it coming, do you, huh? Who you offered a nice place where to go if this shit all happens, to bring your family to a certain location? Oh, yes. Yeah, they're gonna really take care of you guys, huh? Are you too scared to do anything? I always admired the FBI. Mostly all FBI agents are all friggin' college. They all went to college. They're all pretty smart. They don't just hand an FBI agent a badge. They have to have educational background. You know, I mean, everything above being an FBI agent was always like, everybody, all the regular police departments admired FBI agents. I mean, unlimited budget to do and go and come and investigate. All the most up-to-date equipment. They're the best investigators in the world. They're some of the best investigators in the world. Got some of these friggin' killers away from us and stuff. That's what they do. They break up friggin' crime syndicates and everything like that. So well respected. Such a history. And Obama's destroying all of that. Oh, you guys. He took his country down in 3 years, big time. Friggin' first thing he did was he spent $7 trillion. Oh, first thing he did was he went to all the other countries and he kissed their asses and he bowed. And he bowed. And he bowed. That was to humiliate us. say, okay, Obama like this. I know they're a warmongering country. He's the biggest warmonger there is, Obama. All right, but I'm going to make them all look bad now. I'm going to make the Air Force, the friggin' Army, the Marines, I'm going to make them all look bad. But most of all, I'm going to discredit the American flag. When he bowed to all of them. Then the next thing he did, $7 trillion. Then all the bills to get rid of the Constitution. All the executive orders. Then the illegals. I mean, but you people say, when is he going to do something good? And then I see people clapping and hurraying for him. And they're all out of work. With the illegals here now, and they got carte blanche, it's over, people. It's just time now. All right, they're all getting their friggin' Social Securities. So let's say 10 million, say 20 million of them weren't collecting or they had jobs. Well, they usually collect and they work under the table. They never work above the table unless they got a job where they have to, use some kind of number. Now they're just going to come right out. They ain't going to be afraid to go to doctors. They're all going to, they will use other people's, if somebody had insurance, 10 of them would use that same insurance. All right, they go in and say, well, I'm this person. And they weren't, just to get a checkup, see what's wrong with them. Now they don't have to do that. They'll all come, they'll all get their cards. They'll all friggin', then the states are going to get overwhelmed. The budget's going to go off the scale. You're going to watch the chart. If you're watching a chart, it's going to go like this now, spike straight up. It's not going to go up like that. It's going to spike straight up. You never seen a graph like that. But the graph's going to go like this. When he okayed the illegals, it went like this, the graph. That's it, right to the roof. That's the Achilles heel, what I've been telling you. I think he took my advice, Obama. A week before, I said, I did my video on Death in Hell. Watch it. At the end, I say, I know what the Achilles heel is. It's the illegals. A week later, 2 weeks, not even, a week later, he okays all the illegals? Coincidence? I don't think so. Yeah, seers, people, devil worshippers, seers. They're all saying, Joe's Talk 100, that guy is definitely an emissary for Jesus Christ. That's what's being told to him. I'm an ambassador of Christ. I'm one of the ambassadors. I don't want that job. I'll freely give it to somebody else. I don't want it, people. I really don't want it. I want to work on my cars. I want to play with my cars. I want to be with my kids. I want to live a quiet, friggin' dull life. Not YouTube 100. Turned into a whole different thing. I never expected this. I never in my wildest dreams expected any of this. And see, they don't follow me, they don't watch me. You know why, people? Because I'm an open book. I say everything that's on my mind. I don't hide nothing. Why should I? I don't wish bad on anybody. I don't wish death upon no man, no woman, no child. I don't wish none of anybody, even my worst enemies, not on Obama, not on anybody. That's up to God and Jesus Christ. They will be the judge, not me. I'm not here to judge no man, no woman. I'm not here to judge no one. But I'm letting you know, I'm giving you your last shot to paradise. He works true people. You know how many people write to me? And I know, like this one girl, and I call her Enda. He works true people. This person, if it wasn't for her, there wouldn't be my last 3 minutes. There wouldn't be this video. It wouldn't be. I'd be so freaking pissed off. And she knows why I'd be so pissed off. If people don't care, I don't care. If people, you know, stop doing what they do with me, I ain't gonna say what. If they stop completely, I don't care. Why should I? But then I always think of the people, you know, that, and I say, okay, Jesus, I do it for them. It's a, people, it's not an easy thing I'm doing. It's not an easy, I'm on a fine line. I've rode that line many times. It could always turn out bad for you. But guys like me will be hunted down and killed soon. Not too far away. I'll be hunted down like a dog. My family and everything. I have to worry about that. I have to take that in consideration. I'll be honest with you. I will do whatever it takes to save my family. Let me be damned. That's me. I'll be damned. But my family won't be. Wake up. Stop putting food away. Whatever little food, a can of tuna fish. When you buy a can of tuna fish, even when you're poor, buy two. Stay in. Don't take that extra drive with the car. Let the car sit. Walk. Put food away. Have a meeting place. If shit hits the fan, the highways, you'll hear it subtly. Something happened over here. Well, we can't get news media. We don't know what's going on there. When you hear something like that, flags should go up all around you. Have your meeting spot. Have a place to go out of the cities. You do not want to be in the cities. Because that's where all hell is going to start. All we need is a little time for him to come and get us. You're not going to be, you know, people say resurrection and all this stuff. Not resurrection. You're going to be the rapture. You're going to be raptured up. No, I don't think it's going to be like that. No, only very few are chosen. You know what I mean? That are going to go. You might be one of those people that Jesus says, well, you're going to have to fight it out, man. You're going to have to be stuck here in the end time. You're going to have to be stuck here. You're going to be left behind. You know, and hopefully you'll do all the right things and then you'll be taken. But only very few are going, people. We all fall short. I fall short every day. I truly believe, you know, I ask God all the time, Jesus, I say, just take my kids. You can leave me here. I'll fight. I'll die again. I don't care. I go, I know what to expect. I know what's coming. I don't want to die. Everything in my body says I don't want to die. Nobody wants to die. So a lot of you people are going to miss that, though. You're not going to get it. You're just going to be detached from this crummy body that we have, this weak, insufficient body that falls apart, rots, and stinks after a while. You know, you're going to be just in another place that I saw in my death experience, where everybody was all gathered around. I was eating bread out of the side of a hill. I grabbed a piece of bread. It was and the smell of bread, the heavenly smells. I still could smell that bread. And I ate it. And no one's ever eaten it. A lot of people smell it. I ate it. You know, I think, you know, I ate it. I think, you know, it meant something for me eating the bread. You know, we got to learn to, when Jesus at the Last Supper, he had said, you know, even when you're at your regular table, I don't do it. I got to remember to do it. I did it last night, though. When I put a little piece of food aside, and I put, you know, I drink coffee or water, and I said, this is your blood, and this is your body. Just saying it. He says, just do this in remembrance of him. We can't even do that. And the Catholic Church is the only ones that do it. Now they want to stop it. Vatican II. We can't even do that. Something so simple he asks. I can't even do that. So, I mean, you people fall short. All you friggin' Jesus-loving people out there all fall short. Even all you friggin' Christians out there fall short. asked us to do that in remembrance of him. No, we let them tear his name down everywhere. Look what we do. You think you deserve to be pulled out of your body and brought to a better place? The people that have died have already paid the price. When you die, you pay a price. It's a horrible thing to do, is die. At that moment of death, your sins are put in front of you, and you give them one last chance to ask for that forgiveness. Please, Jesus. But I knew Jesus. You know, and that's what will separate you from hell. You're given that last shot in death, only in death. Kids, they go right up. Kids go right up. They pass all of it. They go right up there. Yes? No. No. I hate the worries of the world on me. Because I know there's a lot of people watching me. I know there's a lot of people showing my videos to other people. I'm giving you the warnings, people. Please, please, please listen to the warnings. Jesus Christ, I say to him, why did you put this all on my shoulders? Why? I mean, why? I just hear something in my head, so they will listen. I just heard that loud and clear in my head. It's kind of weird. I brush things like that off, because I say maybe that's my manic in me or something else. So they will hear me. So they hear you, hear them. So they will listen. And it's kind of like perfect in a way. So they will listen. They will listen. People, where you're going, it's so perfect. It's not like this. It's not like this. It's perfect in every way. It's something that your feelings and emotions can nowhere attach to even think about it. It's only if you were in a heavenly state, even then, your body and your mind and your soul is not capable of it on this earth. You have to die to experience that. You will not feel it on this earth. Although you could be overwhelmed by the Holy Spirit, and just feel just beautiful peace, and real great peace. Our TVs, our news media do everything in their power to make us, there's no such thing as God, Jesus, or any of that. It's all fibble stuff. It's just fibble. It's nothing. It means nothing. The now means everything. This car, okay, I know it's a car. I can feel the steering wheel. Okay, this is real. Jesus is just somebody that wrote a story about. They even say he didn't even die on the cross. He had somebody die for him. And that's all right with you. Say something wrong about Islam, though. They put a contract out on your life and everything. So everybody, all our politicians, I want to say nothing about freaking the Muslims. Wake up, America. The end is here. You just don't see it. You all think one day you're going to wake up, all right? The tankers were bombed in Straits of Hormuz there. You'll hear friggin' 4 tankers were sunk, all right, by Russian friggin' helicopters or Chinese helicopters. You see, China has big interest here now. So, that's probably why Russia's sitting back. I love playing this game. Russia's sitting back because they don't want the Chinese, because they're on their back door. All China got to do is just make the march. The only way you're going to stop Chinese troops is nuke them. There's so freaking many of them. 300 million soldiers. 300 million armed soldiers that they have. 300 million armed soldiers. Not 3 million soldiers. They have 300 million armed soldiers. Over the years, they accumulated that many soldiers. I'm not saying all of them are active, but a good portion of them are active. All they have to do is walk into Russia. Can't friggin' fire enough bullets. That's what happened in Korea. Most Americans got killed, right, because they ran out of friggin' bullets. My guys used to tell me, Joe, it wasn't friggin' hard to kill 100. He goes, shit, I did that on the, he goes, you almost did that on the first day. He said, they just keep marching. He says, he said, the first ones would have guns. He goes, and as they were marching, he goes, those would die, we shoot them all down. He goes, we cut them all up, and then they grabbed the guns, and then they would go. Because China was poor, they didn't have a lot of guns. And they overran us all the time, we ran out of freaking bullets. These were the stories in Korea. How many times they were backed into the ocean? 38 degrees water. They were fighting in 38 degrees water with their last friggin' bullets. And it was the Air Force most of the time that saved them. Our air guys come in and sweep. We had such great soldiers, people, such great men. Now look at our generals, you friggin' sons of bitchin' generals. You friggin' traitors. You friggin' traitors. We used to fight for God and country. God and country. They can't even say that anymore. It's against the friggin' law. Fucking people better wake up. So there's more going on. You friggin' generals don't do shit, you son of bitches. Oh, you're going to that place. I know why he showed me that place, because when I was walking through it, and the angel kept saying to me, I said, get me out of this place, please. Oh, no. He goes, you gotta go through it. But he went like this in such a voice, the voice. He goes, but I'm with you, too. I'm with you. Only a few people knew what I experienced. Not too many people get that chance. Not too many people, and that I thank him. I thank you, Jesus. I hate you sometimes. I love you 1,000 times. I hate you sometimes. You know what I mean? Because it's just human feelings. I think I said enough. I could go on for another hour. But I think I said enough. All right, people. Get ready. 2 months. 2 months, you're gonna start seeing some freaking real fireworks. The election is key. You know. He's gonna do it. He's gonna pull another move after another move, executive order after executive order. All right. He's gonna go after the guns. He has to. You know, because he doesn't need all that freaking firepower out there. You know, just go in and start taking your guns. He'll find out who owns a lot of guns, and he'll just go hitting all the gun shops and all that, closing them all down, stopping the gunpowder or something. That's coming. Joe's Talk 100 out.